Right. So I'm at work right now, and I was just thinking the UFC or whatever. And at first I was funny as hell because I like Ben Askren. Like I be listening to a lot of these people like outside of when they actually fighting and kind of like the pre-fight, post-fight. I listen to more than that. I kind of just hear them like in random interviews and things like that. So it's like I kind of know these people very well. And Ben Askren he's a good man. Don't get me wrong. He talked a lot of shit. And he may have gotten what he deserved when it came to Mazadov knocking him out so quickly. But the Damian Maya fight was just past. I think that was literally Friday. He fought hard. It was sad that he lost because he fought hard. He fought very, very hard. He looked like a fighter. I'm not gonna say he technically looked the best when it came to throwing hands and things like that, but he looked like a fighter. He looked like he didn't mind getting hit. He looked like he wasn't afraid to get hit. He was dishing it. He was taking it. But what was just sad to me is that you get knocked out in your first fight, quickest knockout in UFC history, and then you go and get choked out. Now on pay, I was laughing at it last night because I'm like, you get knocked out, then you get choked out. It's fucked up. Now don't get me wrong, you gotta understand, like he competed against high levels of competition. Mazadov's literally, got 30 plus fights in his life, on his record currently. So many in the UFC. He's a veteran when it comes to the fight game. And the same way with Damian Maya. So to me personally, I don't take a lot from the losses because Mazadov's a monster, Maya's a monster. If I'm him, I still want to compete. I still want to fight. I still want to challenge myself. But it's just unfortunate. You get knocked out the first fight, then you come back, fight hard, and you get choked out. And then he got choked out. Like he didn't get choked and tapped. He choked like he was choked until he went unconscious. So it's kind of fucked up. Your debut, he win. And he really ain't win. Everybody feel like no one, even Robbie Lawler, felt like he won that. That match against Lawler. Like that was a fluke. And then to come back and when it's really time to really earn your stripes and whatnot and really show people that you belong, you get knocked out. It's a damn insect in here. You get knocked out. So hold on, let me get back to the point. I haven't forgot. I just kind of feel bad because I heard him talking. He's just a good guy. He's not really evil. Like people may get that interpretation from that he's somehow evil or mean or he somehow enjoys confrontation. He doesn't. He's a good kid. He has a good heart. And it's just sad he had to lose like that. But it is what it is. Damian looked as sharp. He looked as powerful. He looked as strong. He's arguably one of the best grapplers in that division. And on the night, he proved that. Now, then I was thinking about Kevin and Till. Darren Till, Kevin Gastelum. I'm really sad about that fight because I honestly like both of them. Both of their fight styles I'm fans of. From seeing Gastelum against Chris White, man, even though he in that loss, like I'll never forget, it was like 13 attacks Weidman tried to land on Gastelum straight, and he couldn't hit him. Gastelum was just bobbing, weaving, moving out the way of every single attack. And when I saw that, and mind you, he's really renowned for his wrestling, or he was known for his wrestling. So they see him be able to move like that when it comes to striking, and even more so when I see him against Israel and his striking them, his head movement, it was just beautiful. Even just his own combinations, how hard he was hitting, he was just, he just looked like he looked amazing. He looked very impressive. Until Darren Till is, don't get me wrong, I don't have as much to say about Till, but I love his style. I love the way he fights. I'm a fan of the way he fights. But if I'm just being honest, I'm just trying to be critical who's going to win. I don't want either one of them to lose. I want both of them to get a win right now. But I feel like Gastelum is going to take it. because Israel really put it on Gastelum, and he was never able to stop him. He wasn't really able to, really, don't get me wrong, he beat him, but, it took a lot to really put Gastelum out, and I don't honestly think Till got that to put him out. I don't think Till got, not saying Till isn't a hard hitter, but I just don't think he has enough to knock Gastelum out. And, like I said, from Gastelum's head movement and the way he avoids attacks, I honestly don't feel like Till is going to be able to overmatch him when it comes to the striking. I feel like Gastelum will be able to kind of match up with him well when it comes to striking because of his ability to be able to move his head, put his hands up, and things like that. I honestly feel like it's Gastelum's fight, if I'm being honest. Both of them coming off a loss. They're both going to be fired up, hungry. But just like I said, Gastelum, just from a more technical standpoint, when I watched the loss again to Till against Mazadov, and it was sad how he lost because when he got hit, his hands was pretty much down. They wasn't down, but the stance he dominantly takes, his chin isn't really protected. And Gastelum joked about that almost immediately. He was talking about how he fights kind of with his chin up, in the air, and he does. So even when Mazadov knocked him out, that's why, because his chin was just up in the air. He didn't have his chin tucked between his shoulders. He had it up high, and that's what made it able for Mazadov to score the knockout like he did. So, don't get me wrong, I see him in training, and it looked like he may have adjusted that. It looked like he may keep his hands up more, keep his shoulders up higher, try to keep that head protected more. But I'm going Gastelum. Like I said, I like Till, I like Gastelum, but like the Gastelum's head movement, his hand movement, his feet, his power, people really underestimate him. I seen Tyron Woodley going on him because he is, I guess he's a bit chubby or a bit husky, whatever you may want to call it, but his fight game is impeccable. I don't even know. I need to watch the fight between him and Tyrone to see how they fight went. But like I said, looking at the Whiteman fight, the Bisming fight, you see, even Adesanya, even though he lost that by decision, if you look at those first couple rounds and you only saw that, you would give the fight to him, because in honesty, he rocked Israel in the first round. He rocked him in the third round. He he scored beautiful counters. He was, even though he was a smaller opponent, he was tagging Israel, and he was also making Israel miss. So, like I said, I really like Gastelum. I feel like he, I'm leaning towards him in this in this matchup versus Till. But as far as Diaz and Mazadov, I'm gonna go Mazadov. Because to me, Diaz, in every fight you see him in, he takes damage. Diaz takes damage. Diaz does not have a bulletproof guard. And to me, that's what separates the people who are going to be able to really, how do I say, dominate in this game, is the people who can keep themselves protected. Because anybody can really kick, anybody can punch, anybody can take down and wrestle, but it comes down to how long can you get hit. How many hits to the head can you take? How many hits to the body can you take before, how many hits can you take before you get, a career-ending injury? So, or a career-ending, health issue. So, for me personally, I'm leaning towards Mazadov against Diaz. I like Diaz. Diaz is very scrappy, but Mazadov is just more technical. He's more technically sound when it comes to the world of boxing. To me, Mazadov, and this is the thing, Mazadov and Nate kind of come from a street background, and it's weird because what it seems like, Diaz is a black belt. He got his own gym and things like that, but it still seems like Mazadov is a more technical fighter. When you look at him, when you watch his film, his shoulders up, he's tight, he's punching, and he's back. It's very, very, don't get me wrong, some may say it's boring, some may say it's not really that attractive because he doesn't throw a lot of kicks, but it's effective. And you gotta understand, he's been doing this before he was even in the UFC. He was bare knuckle fighting, throwing fists, not kicks, not knees, none of that. So it was even impressive to see him get the knee knockout against Askren because he's really primarily a boxer, but to see him accomplish a flying knee just shows you he's really grown into a full martial artist. And so that's it. I'm going in the Till versus Gastelum. I'm going Gastelum. Masvidal versus Diaz. I'm going Masvidal. I like Gastelum, like I said, his head movement, hand movement, his feet movement, how hard he hits, his counter punching. To me, it's ideal for someone like Till who, goes at a certain pace, likes to set the tone, fights kind of laid back and smooth, whereas Gastelum is more get in there, let's get it dirty, let's make it, and I honestly feel like Gastelum is going to have the edge in that fight. It's the same way as Masvidal will against Diaz. People saying if it drags out, it goes more to Diaz. I honestly don't feel that way, because I honestly feel like I said, Diaz has left itself open for damaging in the past. You look at against Conor, both Conor fights, just about any fight you look at, he bleeds, he gets cut, he gets opened up. So if you let Masvidal hit you, you see how he hit Askren with the knee. We see how he knocked Till out with the left. If you constantly letting this man get his shots off on you, it's gonna inevitably end in a KO or TKO. So it's gonna be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to both fights. But I really just had to speak now because I was just thinking about Till and Gastelum, and Till and Gastelum had me feeling a type of way because I actually like both of them, and I really don't want either one of them to lose. I want both of them to get a win. But that ain't the way the world go. And if I'm going to bet, if I'm going to put my money on someone, I'm going Gastelum. Gastelum lost his last fight, but the way he lost it was different. Like, when you look at Till and the way he lost his fight against Masvidal, you know what I'm saying? It's not really much you can say.